Chapter 13. Journey to Manchester. Emma stood at the stern of Serendipity, her hand firm on the tiller as she guided the boat along the Bridgewater Canal. The water stretched before her, glistening under the soft autumn sun. Leaves, tinged with warm hues of amber and crimson, drifted down and gathered on the canal's surface, creating an enchanting tapestry of colours. The journey ahead felt significant, filled with both the promise of new sights and the gentle melancholy that came with the changing season. She passed through quiet countryside where fields opened up on either side and the occasional farmhouse or grazing animals added to the pastoral charm. The air was crisp and filled with the earthy scent of damp leaves and distant wood smoke, a reminder of the deepening autumn. Emma loved these peaceful stretches where it was just her, the canal, and nature. During these solitary moments, her thoughts often turned inward, reflecting on the months she'd spent aboard Serendipity and how her journey had reshaped her life. After some time, the charming village of Lymm came into view, nestled along the canal's edge. She decided to moor for the night, drawn by the village's inviting character. After securing Serendipity at a mooring spot on the well-maintained towpath, Emma set off to explore. Lymm was a picture-perfect village with cobbled streets, historic buildings, and the iconic Lymm Cross standing proudly in the village centre. She wandered around, enjoying the cosy charm of the local shops and stopping at a bakery where the warm scent of freshly baked bread filled the air. Inside, Emma was greeted by the baker, a cheerful woman with a flour-dusted apron and a welcoming smile. "Good day, love. Passing through, are you?" she asked, handing Emma a warm loaf wrapped in brown paper. Emma nodded, smiling back. "Yes, just moored up for the night. It's my first time visiting Lymm." The baker chuckled, her eyes twinkling. "Well, you'll find it a pleasant stop, I reckon. Lymm's a village that takes care of its canal visitors. We get a fair few through here, and everyone leaves with a bit of the village in their heart." Emma spent the evening aboard Serendipity, enjoying her fresh bread with cheese and a glass of wine. The canal was quiet, with only the occasional sounds of other boaters settling in for the night. Lanterns from nearby boats reflected softly on the water's surface, casting gentle ripples that seemed to dance in the evening light. She sat on deck, wrapped in a warm blanket, and watched the stars appear in the night sky, feeling a sense of peace she hadn't known in her previous life. The next morning, Emma set off early, the canal veering northward as she made her way towards Manchester. The landscape gradually shifted from open fields to denser woodlands, and she noticed more boats on the water, as well as joggers and cyclists using the towpath alongside the canal. These were signs that she was approaching a more urban environment, though for now the trees and the water kept her company. As she continued, Emma approached Old Trafford Stadium, its massive structure looming ahead as a symbol of Manchester's rich sporting heritage. The stadium, home to Manchester United Football Club, was quiet at this early hour, but Emma could imagine the roar of crowds and the electric atmosphere that would fill the air on match days. She'd never been a dedicated football fan, but seeing Old Trafford up close stirred a surprising sense of excitement. The sheer scale of the place, with its towering stands and iconic red seats, was a stark reminder of the city's vibrant cultural life. Continuing on, the canal began to take on an increasingly industrial character, with remnants of Manchester's past visible along the banks. Old warehouses and red brick buildings, some repurposed as modern apartments and studios, lined the canal, blending the past with the present. Emma passed under iron bridges, their sturdy frames decorated with graffiti, adding a touch of urban art to the scene. She marvelled at how these canals, once the lifeblood of the Industrial Revolution, still held stories in their walls and waters. By early afternoon, Emma reached Castlefield Junction, the heart of Manchester's canal network. Castlefield had a storied past. It was the terminus of the Bridgewater Canal and the site of the world's first industrial canal basin. The area had transformed from a gritty industrial hub into a vibrant urban space, yet it retained the unmistakable charm of its history. Red brick warehouses, iron bridges, and cobbled walkways gave Castlefield a unique atmosphere, blending the old with the new. Emma found a mooring spot near the former Granada Studios, once the filming location of the iconic British soap opera, Coronation Street. Though the studios were no longer in operation, the site remained a cultural landmark, evoking nostalgia for those who had grown up watching the show. Emma had seen a few episodes herself, and it was surreal to think she was now moored so close to where it had all been filmed. With Serendipity safely moored, Emma stepped onto the bustling towpath. Castlefield was alive with activity, and she felt a thrill being in the heart of the city's canal scene. Cafes and bars lined the waterfront, their outdoor seating areas filled with people enjoying the autumn sun. She strolled through the area, taking in the vibrant mix of historic architecture and modern amenities. The juxtaposition of centuries-old warehouses and sleek glass buildings reminded her of the layers of history that Manchester held within its streets. Emma decided to visit the Museum of Science and Industry, located in a former railway station nearby. The museum offered an in-depth look at Manchester's role in the Industrial Revolution, and Emma was fascinated by the exhibits. She walked through displays of old machinery, learned about the city's textile industry, and even saw a working model of a steam engine. It was a fitting way to spend the afternoon, as it connected her journey along the canals to the broader history of the region. As the sun began to dip low in the sky, casting a warm golden light over the canal, Emma made her way to a cozy pub overlooking the water. She found a table by the window and ordered a hearty meal and a pint of local ale. The pub was filled with the soft hum of conversation, and the clinking of glasses and laughter added a warmth to the atmosphere. While savouring her meal, Emma's thoughts drifted to John. She hadn't seen him since Middlewich, and his ghostly tale of Engine 564 still lingered in her mind. She wondered about his journey, whether he was still on the move, and if their paths might cross again. The canals had a way of bringing people together and then sending them off in different directions, only to reunite them in unexpected places. Her musings were interrupted by a familiar voice. "Emma! Fancy seeing you here." She looked up to see Jack approaching, his face lighting up with a broad smile. He pulled up a chair, and they spent the next hour catching up, sharing stories of their recent travels and comparing notes on the sights they had encountered. Jack, ever the storyteller, shared a few tales about Castlefield's past, including some rumours about boats that had mysteriously sunk in the canal. "Oh, you know," he said, leaning in conspiratorially, "they say there was a boat that went down in the bottom lock of the Rochdale Canal, just past Castlefield. No one's quite sure how it happened, but some folks reckon it was haunted." Emma laughed, though a shiver ran down her spine. The canals, with their rich history and lingering mysteries, seemed to hold an endless supply of ghost stories and strange occurrences. "Well, I've had my share of ghostly tales lately," she replied, thinking back to John's story of Engine 564. The evening continued with easy conversation and laughter, and Emma felt grateful for Jack's companionship. As they said their goodbyes, promising to meet again soon, she returned to Serendipity with a heart full of contentment and a mind brimming with new memories. That night, as she lay in her bunk, the gentle sounds of the city drifted in through the open window. The faint hum of traffic, the distant murmur of voices, and the occasional clink of glasses from a nearby bar filled the air. It was a far cry from the quiet countryside stops she was used to, yet the vibrant energy of Castlefield was a welcome change. Emma drifted off to sleep, dreaming of the days to come and the stories waiting to unfold on her journey.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this chapter of Emma's Canal Chronicles, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit subscribe for more canal-side adventures and reflections with Emma. There's plenty more in store, so stay tuned for the next chapter in Emma's journey. And here's something special for the holiday season. Join Emma and Jack for a spine-tingling Christmas ghost story told by John, right here on Emma's Canal Chronicles. Experience a haunting tale of mystery and nostalgia, perfect for the cozy winter nights ahead. Plus, if you love storytelling on the go, don't forget to check out Audible. Emma, Jack, and John all enjoy audiobooks as they cruise along the canals, and now you can too. Use the link in the description to start your membership and dive into thousands of titles, from canal-themed tales to so much more. Whether you're walking, in the car, or on the boat, happy listening. The Audible link is an affiliate link, meaning I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you if you decide to sign up. Thanks for supporting the channel.